Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Welcome to the worst writer in the world, with me, Rufus, and my handsome, charming genius of a friend.
Wow! How long? Yay! Thank you. Finally acknowledged for my most prominent features, my handsome sexiness.
I realised I have a lot of trouble trying to think of something interesting and unusual and, maybe a bit funny to say at the beginning about you. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, it'd be much easier if I just told the truth, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because you can
just
see me,
just
truth. Describe what's in front of your eyes. That's how you win catchphrase, isn't it? Say what
exactly.
you see.
And I just won catchphrase, and my prize is a Howard Long.
Yay!
Thank you to the British Comedy Guide for hosting this show. Thanks to all of our lovely patrons on Patreon for patronising this show, and thanks to you for listening to this show, especially you, actually, even though you do the least. especially.
Even though you walk past that homeless person and don't give them your 20p.
That homeless me. Don't give them your $2.
Yeah. You take those $2 and you throw them down the drain. You
spit on them. Spit on them and say, "This is what I think of Rufus and Howard and their stupid rubbish podcast." Although I will be listening next week as well.
Of course.
Kicking them as I walk past them crying in the street.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you. Kick, spit, spit. That's what you do.
That's right. We are those people in the street.
So, Howard, what happened last week?
Well, the plot was really, really complicated last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a metaphor, if I may, to describe the plot. So imagine the plot was a balloon.
Yeah.
And when you squeeze the plot, its gas moves around.
Right.
Okay, actually, don't imagine the plot.
Don't do that. Okay, so what actually happened is that Penny and Archie, our plucky protagonists, are on the run from murderers.
Oh, no!
Murderers who are extracting oil from Bee World.
That's right. So, getting the honey out.
Get that honey oil out of Bee World. Yeah. But also, in Bee World, loads of children are slaves, so that's nice. But one of them escaped Bee World, came to A World using technology,
magic.
And as coincidentally hooked up with Penny and Archie. So
That's
Penny
right.
and Archie now it's Archie, Penny, and Pony.
But Lacan is on their tail. Lacan has followed them. He jumped on a motorbike and he followed through, so he's on her tail.
He's going to be so annoyed when he finds out how big Archie and Penny are.
He is, isn't he?
They're getting murdered, aren't they?
Yeah, and so we're in Donald Children's cottage, which is opposite Eon, and we're gonna. And
Is it right opposite Eon?
Yeah.
You buy a cottage opposite Eon.
To spy on them. That's what he says. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. Yes, this is my holiday home with a beautiful view of the power plant. All right, and they couldn't find him.
He's not there, but I mean, Archie found.
I'm never going to find this Donald Children. I don't suppose he has a holiday home in the area like that one over there that I can see from the office window. That wouldn't be him right now looking at me out of his binoculars, would it? And he's got some kind of machine that tells his lottery numbers.
Yeah.
He's watching Mr. Birds. He's watching Mr. Birds, the security guard. Could that be him? He's got "My name's Donald Children" written on his hat.
Well, he was hiding in plain sight, wasn't he?
Right, so let's get back to the plot and see what's going on, shall we, Howard?
Yes, please.
All right, so we're at the cabin with Penny and Archie and Pony.
Good.
Interior cabin later. Dinner. Pony is gulping down everything.
Wow.
Apples, carrots.
Sugar lumps.
Penny doesn't eat. Archie talks between mouthfuls. You think the Collider found a parallel world? All right, so this is, I mean, we've known this for ages, but they're just realising it now.
Right.
You think the Collider found a parallel world? You think that a Hadron Collider found a parallel world? More than that, universes, and an infinite number of them. And Penny says, which explains the moon. What? No. I'll tell you what explains the moon, right? I was talking to Doctor Who about gravity the other day.
Yes.
She says, which explains the moon, and Archie says, and my clone. There but for the disapproval of God go I. Christ, he's what I'd be like if I wasn't a loser.
That's what he says, isn't he? He's calling himself a loser.
If I wasn't a loser sitting in a pub, minding my own business, being fine, I'd be falling out of the sky and getting tortured and murdered. Wait a minute. I got off better in that situation. He's the fucking loser.
Yeah, he lost his life. That's the biggest loss you can have.
Wait a minute. I am getting way ahead of the next line.
Oh, really?
Because he says, he's what I'd be like if I wasn't a loser. And Penny says, he's dead. Sounds like you're winning to me. True.
And Penny likes a winner.
And Penny likes a winner. she should say that. He's dead. Sounds like you're winning to me. And Penny likes a winner. Crikey. Things have taken a turn for the saucy. Yeah. Pony, meanwhile, is still eating. Yeah. Just like, do you think she understands what we're saying?
Shoveling in the hay.
Yeah. Do you think that horse can understand us? No, I think we're fine. So, why do you think he came here? He being the clone, I guess, the Archie clone.
Right.
To stop them. Stop them from what? Okay, if you could travel to a parallel Earth, what would you do?
Mm-hmm. What would you do?
Just go and look at it, I suppose. You'd want to see what was different.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what it's like, really.
Because it's not like time travel where you get to, like, maybe if you're going back in time, you might know things, you might be able to take advantage of it. If you go into the future, you want to see like what's different. But in a parallel world, it might not be that interesting. Because it depends how
parallel it is.
Yeah, because the thing is, because the ones that are close by are going to be the ones most similar, right? So you're probably going to end up in one that's just really similar, but then you'd be trying to work out what's different. It'd be like, oh, someone called John added the wrong sandwich, and apart from that, it's the same. You'd be like, oh god, it's really boring.
Yeah, but he got angry about that, the wrong sandwich, didn't he? And then Hitler happened, so. That's what happens, isn't it? There's parallel.
I'd probably go and invent time travel so I could stop Hitler from happening because of that sandwich. Now, I'll tell you what I wouldn't do is what Penny says she would do. Because he says, what would you do? And Penny says, I don't know. Go find myself? See, no, I would not do that. That is the last thing I would do. Go and say, hey, me, it's me from another fucking world. Oh, don't freak out. Fucking hell. I've got loads of things to tell you. Actually, no, I am exactly the same as you, except I had a different sandwich one day and Hitler happened. Now, what do you think an evil billion-dollar corporate energy company would do? Penny considers and her eyes widen as she realises... take their oil and enslave their children for no obvious reason.
There is an obvious reason. They need the children to mine the oil, don't they?
That's the worst. I mean, if you're gonna enslave any group of people to dig your oil out, to dig out your oil with their drills. And also, I remember that they used the smallest children because Lacan was there murdering the big ones. They're like, oh no, that child has got too big. Better murder him. He won't be able to drill the oil out. He's too big to get in the drill hole. Okay.
They went there. They killed all the adults, didn't they? And they don't like adults because adults can fight back and children are useless.
But adults can also drill for oil better.
Not when they're dead, they can't. Come on. What are you talking about?
Not after you've killed them all because they're too big.
Exactly.
All right. But Penny agrees with you. Penny thinks that the first thing you do is take their oil, and the second thing you do is kill all the adults and enslave the children because that's the best way to get oil out. All right, but then, knock, knock. There's a knock. Pony jumps. And immediately finds her way into Penny's arms.
Wow. Is anyone going to say who's there? Is that going to happen? What's happening?
Not yet, because Penny says, don't answer it. Knock, knock, knock. Archie picks up the shotgun and sidles over to the door. And I'm sorry, I just glanced ahead a few lines and saw who it is. And I'm very excited. Penny takes Pony out of sight into the lounge area. Archie opens the door a smidge. Outside is Lacan. Lacan says, you're a bit big, and shoots Archie immediately in the head. Now, outside is Lacan. He smiles sweetly. Yeah. He speaks in his soft European accent. European. The thing is, what I want to know about that is, because I think there's two possibilities, because you say a soft European accent, and obviously Europe has many, many countries with many different accents.
Yeah.
Even within just one of those countries, there's a bunch of different accents. So you're being very vague. But is that because you're being a lazy writer, or because you understand the quality of actors? All right? And you're going, whether this actor is British or American, they're probably going to do a kind of European accent, and they're going to go, hello, I'm from Europe, and I don't want to be too specific about where I'm from, okay? It's just somewhere in Europe, okay? And it could be anywhere, okay? They don't want to be too specific about it. They want to be... My name is Lacan, and I come from Europe.
Okay, cut. Could we go for that again, please, Steve?
No, I think it was perfect. You said European. I did about 18 countries in Europe in one line. Come on. So when he speaks in his soft European accent, Pony tenses up. Lacan says, good evening.
Who's that putting a tent up in the back there? What is that?
Who is that horse? Who is that horse putting a tent up in your lounge area?
Wait a second, where did that strange creature appear from? Who is this wizard that made a thing appear and putting up a tent for a person?
Oh, wow, okay. Well, it took me a moment, but I'm like, okay, it's a Stars reference.
So if someone tenses up in this, then that means that thing arrives, says Kazar.
Kazar! Hey, who just created that magical creature? Is someone getting tensed up in your lounge area? That seems suspicious. Kazar!
I mean, yeah, because he's going to love this impersonation, isn't he, Lacan?
Would you like to hear a little impersonation of a parrot, Lacan? Well, I suppose, since you're here, Pluggy want a vodavont, Pluggy want a I could listen to that all day.
Yes!
All right, I've got to go now. Bye. Kazaa! Lacan has come to the door, and you remember Lacan because he's the guy from B-World who was pointing out the big children. Oh, look at that big one over there, and also shooting them.
Yeah, so he's not going to like Penny and Archie, is he?
He's not, but he appears to have come. Remember, he came to A-World on his cool motorbike because he was chasing Pony, so he's looking for Pony. Ooh. Good evening. Sorry to bother you at this hour. I'm from Child Protection Services in the USA. I'm from an American organization, okay? We're looking for a missing child that went missing from the USA.
Yeah.
Archie looks over at Penny, who shakes her head. Like, Archie's like, I'm not sure, the kid, off. And Penny's, no, you fucking idiot. Keep a thought in your head, Archie. I've not seen anyone. Lacan shows Archie an image of Pony. Only she is very small, you see. And that means I'm not going to shoot her, okay? I can promise you I only shoot the big ones, okay? Here, let me show you a picture of a big one. Oh, look, that's a big one, isn't it? I shot him. Okay, look at this one. Yeah. Oh, look how big he is. I shot him too.
Here's one I shot earlier.
Yeah, this one's her brother. I shot him. Oh, my God, he was so big. Okay, you want to see more pictures of big ones? She is very small. Lacan is very concerned with how big children are. That is his character.
Yeah. She's small.
Riding a motorbike and banging on about how big or small children are. That is his whole
character.
She'll
be fine. She'll be safe with me because she's not big. Also, here in my backpack, I've brought some stilts for her.
Only she is very small, you see. It is possible she could be adding, and you would not know.
In your tin of bins? She could be in your bin tin.
She could be in your bin tin. Have you looked in your bins? Wait a minute. Are you saying have I looked in my bins or in my beans? It's not clear from your accent, mate, because you're European.
Soft European
It's
accent.
not clear which one you mean. Go and look in your bins. Do both. You've got the time. No, Archie actually says, really, she's not here. I'm sorry, I can't be of any help. Lacan hears a noise from within the cabin, his eyes narrow.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Do you have a bunny in there?
That sounded like a very small punny you might have. No, Lacan says, well, thank you. A good night. He goes. Archie closes the door. Exterior cabin. Lacan walks from the cabin along the river path to his bike. He pulls out the goggles from under the seat and spies.
Face goggles or leg goggles?
It doesn't specify, but I'd say where, like, in the dark, neither one is going to be useful. What he needs is night vision binoculars or something.
Yes, that would be a better decision, but these are like just his motorbike goggles, right? To stop flies from
seems
getting
like
in his
it.
eyes.
Do they? They probably, maybe they do call them night vision goggles. That might be correct. I don't really know. I'm not an army person.
No, but you are a swimmer, aren't you? And what do you wear when you go swimming? Binoculars. Put your binoculars on so your eyes don't get wet.
But I want to put my face goggles on. No.
Yeah, I suppose he's in, like, Speedos as well, then. He must be quite cold.
I mean, it tracks, okay? He's got goggles on. He's obviously also wearing Speedos. He's just come to the door and knocked on it and said, hello, have you seen this child?
Yeah.
And they've gone, no, definitely not. I'm from Child Protection
Yeah,
Services.
of course you
Honest.
are, yeah.
This is my uniform. We all wear it, you know.
And he's rubbed himself in goose fat as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I swam here.
Yeah, from America, because like we know that he's from Child Protection Services. And,
Yeah, fair.
I had a suspicion that the child I'm looking for got ate by a shark, so I got in the ocean and followed the shark here.
I've been checking all the sharks. Okay, I've looked inside all of the sharks. Turns out I was wrong. So now I'm checking the houses. I should have done that first. Should have done that one first. Anyway, so he's got his Speedos and his goggles on, right? And this is the most disturbing part because what he's doing, standing out in a field at night in his Speedos and his goggles, and he's watching Penny draw the curtains. As Penny draws the curtains, Lacan photographs her and didn't mention a camera, so I don't know if he's just pretending, just standing there going, click, click, I'm remembering this. I've made a memory photograph.
Definitely,
That's
because
what I've done.
Because otherwise he can't use a camera because it would have been damaged by the water, wouldn't he?
Yeah, by the sharks. Next, he scans the periphery. He spies the generator shed. He takes off the goggles. Doesn't mention the Speedos, though. He's keeping them on. Yeah. A crooked smile forms on his lips. Ooh. He's a villain. He really is. I tell you what, I'm going to say Howard, young Howard, the writer of this script,
That's me.
Excellent villain work on Lacan. I am in no doubt that this guy's a villain. All right? What have I seen of him so far? I saw him, number one, enslaving children. Then, number two, shooting children for being too tall. After kind of perving over them first. Like, oh, look at the big one. Okay, let's shoot them. All right, like, full-on villain.
Yeah.
Then he gets on his motorbike, drives it through some slaves, right? Like, ran over some kids. And went to a different universe and immediately put on his Speedos and started knocking on people's doors and taking photos of them through the window. This guy is definitely a villain. So excellent work, Howard.
Thank you.
I have no ambivalence on how I feel about this. I'm not like, I wonder if he's a villain or not. No, everything about him is evil. Interior cabin bedroom night. Pony sleeps. Penny leaves her side and moves into the lounge. Interior cabin. Archie is inspecting the whiteboard. That's the one with the math on it.
Has he got a magnifying glass, has he?
I hope so, yeah. He's put a deer stalker on.
Yeah. I can tell from looking at this blackboard its name is John.
I can tell by the dirt on the shoes of this blackboard that it has recently taken a trip to India. All right, Archie is inspecting the whiteboard. Penny says, "That man, I don't think we're safe here." Ditto that. I don't think we're safe either, is what I'm saying, but in my cool way. You're wanted for murder. I'm probably your accomplice. Now, hang on. Isn't she...
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong about this.
Right, yes.
Isn't she wanted for his murder? Isn't that the plot of this? Right? And doesn't Archie know that? Didn't he watch a video? I know they didn't get to upload it, but he saw it first, didn't he? Of himself getting shot. And she said, I'm being framed for that murder. So now he's like, the police might arrest me as an accomplice to my own murder. And how will we ever prove that you didn't do it and I didn't help you?
Yeah.
There's just no way we can ever demonstrate to the police that we didn't murder me.
Well, the thing is, the legal systems are difficult to navigate, and they're not going to care that you are the dead person. But the thing is, like, she can probably strike a deal if she goes forward, and then she'll won't have to serve any time at all, and he'll go down for it. Just him.
I'll tell you all about how he murdered himself if you just let me go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you're wanted for murder, I'm probably your accomplice, the police are going to put us in prison despite the fact that I'm also the victim. Don is missing. We have no proof of anything, except that thing that I just said about being able to prove that you didn't murder me because I'm here, alive, standing next to you. But apart from that, we've got no proof of anything, just theories. He's talking about the bigger plan, isn't he? The whole thing with Eon and multiple universes and stuff. That's what they've got no proof of.
I mean, maybe they could have just shot the other Archie loads in his face so you couldn't recognise him.
I suppose if you've got a body and someone else turns up and says, no, here I am, I'm alive. And you're like, but there's a dead body here. I mean, yeah, admittedly, it looks just like you, except for the necklace it's wearing. But, but it is still dead. And, like, you're still going to prison for it. So I guess there is some logic to this, after all.
Yeah, I mean...
Turns out you're right, not me.
Yeah. Because, like...
You and Archie are correct.
Yeah, because if Archie turns up and goes like, no, I'm alive, they go like, well, this clearly isn't a dead body then, so you don't need to go to prison, miss.
Oh, okay. Everyone go home. I'll just dig a hole and put this in. It's probably a dog.
Yeah.
Penny says, so, we stop running. We go on the offensive. She's bringing solutions. Go where? Eon.
Eon-o. And on this farm he had some ducks. Eon-o.
I think we should go to Old MacDonald's farm and find out what noise his cows make and where they make the sound. I'd also like to know in which areas on the farm they make those sounds, because I've heard they make them here and there.
Yeah.
All right, so Penny suggests they go to Eon. Archie considers... He nods. Then the lights go out. Shit, I'll sort it. Archie picks up the lamp and heads for the door. Wait, take the gun. Right, so Lacan came to the door, and Archie said, no, go away, we don't have any ponies here.
Yeah.
Shortly after, all the lights went out in the cabin, and Archie saw nothing wrong with this. He's like, oh, it's probably just the generator going out. I'd better go out to the shed and sort that out. Interior shed. Archie swings the doors open. He cranks the generator. Crank, crank, crank. Interior cabin. In the dark, Penny can hear the distant cranking. I think I hear cranking in the distance. And then she hears something else. A muffled yelp. She spins around toward the sound. It came from the bedroom.
Ooh.
Hello? Kid? Squirt? You okay? She picks up a kitchen knife and steals over to the bedroom door, which is open. There's a word you haven't used for walk before. Steals over. She looks inside. The shadowy silhouette of Lacan is in there, smothering Pony with a pillow. Oh, my God.
Like, where's Lacan himself, though? If his shadowy silhouette is in there, where is he?
He's off having a chat with Peter Pan.
Yes.
And that's going to be confusing, because then we've got Penny and Pony and Peter Pan.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna call we'll call Peter Pan Panny, just to give him a short name. So we've got Penny, Panny, and Pony.
So Lacan is smothering Pony with a pillow. Penny launches herself at Lacan with the knife. So she gets in a
she definitely
cannon,
does. Yeah.
shoots herself at Lacan. Unfortunately, Lacan dodges and shoves Penny. Penny falls headlong into the mirror. Oh my goodness, it's a magical door story. She's gone to Wonderland.
Hooray!
Yeah! So what a twist. Now, I would be into that if this film really surprised us by suddenly becoming about a woman like falling into a mirror and being in a magical world.
It kind of is. But it is about a magical world. There is a magic door movie.
Magical world that's full of like miserable slave children drilling oil. That's not the kind of magical world I was hoping for. I wanted talking flowers and bread and butterflies and stuff.
Well, those things are there as well, but I'm concentrating on the child murder at the moment.
The knife scutters across the floorboards into the lounge. Pony is cowering in the darkness. Lacan starts putting the boot in.
Ooh.
It doesn't say what he's putting it in, so I'm just hoping it's something nice, like maybe there's a shoe cupboard there.
Pony.
And he's taking his boots off and putting it in the shoe cupboard and not kicking a tiny child.
Pony, I told you got to be my bag now. I'm going to put my shoes in you.
No. Penny grabs his leg and with a shard of broken mirror stabs him in the bollocks.
Wow! The bollocks.
That's what
very
Penny does,
specific. Yeah. Why didn't she go for his jugular or something? Why is she stabbing his bollocks? Maybe it's because he's only wearing Speedos. Maybe they just maybe they're glow in the dark Speedos. So that's the only spot she could see.
Lacan stumbles back into the lounge.
Bleeding from his bollocks.
As Penny rushes him, Lacan grabs a chair and breaks it over her head. Wow, this is really violent. She crumples to the floor.
Crumples.
Lacan kneels and begins to choke her to death. The life slowly ebbing away. Pony attacks with the shovel, hitting Lacan on his back. Oh no, that's not going to work.
No, hit him in the bollocks.
They're already injured. Come on. Lacan stands unperturbed, takes the shovel from her, picks her. I think that means picks her up rather than chooses her. Which one? Okay.
You are the shortest.
And tosses her across the room. He threw a child across the room. She crashes down.
Yes.
Lacan turns to find Penny gone.
Oh.
The lights flicker on. Penny is behind him with the shovel. She brings the shovel down hard on the back of his head.
Nice.
Now, does this mean later he's going to wake up, see an ornate ceiling, and she's going to say, "So, you were trying to steal fruit from my garden? Well, I've got a deal for you. Okay, it's going to be a bit complicated. There's going to be a few extra stages in it that don't really need to be there, but here we go.
Yeah.
The last stage is I get your kid.
Yeah.
You wanted mine, but now I get yours."
Yeah, definitely going to happen.
There's actually a few echoes of Rapunzel in this script, isn't it? Because not only, obviously I was reminded by the fact that someone just smashed someone over the head with a shovel, which happened to Henry, the witch did to Henry in Rapunzel.
This is the Howard Lungi verse.
Yeah, absolutely.
That shovel's one of the main characters.
But there's more, because also what this scene is about possession of a child, which is also what that scene in Rapunzel was about.
Yeah.
All right, so she's just hit him over the head with a shovel. He drops to his knees. She whacks the back of his head again.
Ow.
He falls on his face. He rolls over to face her. She hits him again. Okay, so he's dead. I know it's a film, so he's not, but in reality, he's dead. But in movies, people do have metal skulls, so he's probably going to be all right. Exterior cabin. Archie trudges back towards the cabin. He thinks everything's fine. Whistling.
Yeah.
Fuck, maybe he's not going to be all right. Interior cabin. Archie enters to find Penny smacking Lacan's broken and bloody face with the shovel over and over.
Yay!
Although, to be fair, at least it's not. I mean, I think a lot of people get frustrated in movies where, the bad guy's chasing the good guys and then they hit him once and he falls over and they're all like, right, everyone turn around. Everyone turn around and focus on something else now, please. But Penny has watched movies. And she's like, I'm not stopping until his head's off, okay?
Yeah.
Until his head is 10 metres away from his body, I am not stopping because I have watched movies. So Archie enters to find Penny smacking Lacan's broken and bloody face with a shovel over and over. Pony runs to Archie and clings to his side, burying her face in his sleeve. She has seen some stuff now, right? I mean, oh wow, her whole life has just been trauma. Archie watches Penny. He does not stop her because he has also seen movies. Like, yeah, that is correct. Well done.
Yeah, he's like, carry on. Give him a few more just in case.
When you finished, my turn.
He might be a robot from space. Keep going.
Finally, she is done. She drops the shovel. Lacan couldn't be more dead. Wow. I was wrong about that, wasn't I? When I said it was a movie, so he won't be dead. I underestimated you. You were redressing some movie tropes, in fact. Wow. Well, I mean, he was a terrible, terrible person, but I did enjoy his every time he turned up and started going on about, oh, look at that big one. I enjoyed his presence in the script, so I'm a bit disappointed that he's dead.
That's true. I mean, that's probably why this is why they don't kill them normally, is because, you like them.
Yeah.
I don't mind them staying alive for the whole movie, but don't get in a situation where you have to knock them out and leave them, Just don't do that scene.
Yeah, those things, they just reveal your plot, don't they? When you go, like, we know the reason they don't kill him is because you want your plot to have the next scene where that guy comes back unexpectedly. But that just makes me think of the plot, of the way you've constructed the plot clumsily, because it's really stupid that they just went, okay, I hit him fairly lightly with a toaster. Now everybody relax. Finally, she is done. She drops the shovel. Lacan couldn't be more dead.
Could he be more dead?
Could he be any more dead? Could he be any more dead? Says Archie inappropriately.
Archie Bing.
Penny looks to Archie, her face spattered and hair matted with blood.
Spattered and matted.
Yeah. Archie says, I'll run you a bath. So here's a bit of a comedy scene at the end. It kind of has the rhythm of a comedy scene where he's like, bean, 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 smash, smash, spatter, spatter. He's like, could he be any dead? Oh, don't worry. Hey, so you've got a little bit of blood on you there, love. Little speck of blood. She's covered like Carrie.
Yeah.
I think you've got a little speck of blood on you there, love. I'll run you a bath. So, Penny just beat Lacan to death with a shovel. And Archie ran her a bath. What a nice man. To wash off all the blood from that guy she just murdered. All right. Interior bathroom. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Now, I'd like to say...
Yay!
Hooray! This is the most inappropriate moment for a sex scene. If you put a sex scene in now, that is so wrong.
Why?
Oh my goodness.
Well, like, no,
Because they've
after I've
murdered someone.
After I've murdered someone, I always feel like sex. Gets me right in the mood.
Oh no, hang on. I've just seen the next line, so maybe we're safe. Because it says interior bathroom. Steaming hot water pours from the taps of an old school four-legged bathtub. There is no bubble bath. This is not a sensual moment.
Right, yeah. It's just hard fucking. There's nothing essential about it.
Archie sits on the floor by the sink, Pony sleeping in his arms. He is dozing off himself. Penny enters. She turns off the tap, places down a lighter and cigarettes, and begins to undress. Archie, realising, sorry, he begins to stand. No, stay, please. I don't want to be alone.
And get the corpse in, would you?
I want to be as unalone as possible. Let's have a party. What? Okay. Can you get some party hats and put one on the corpse?
Get that raccoon in as well. I don't think it was a raccoon.
Yeah. I told you we don't have raccoons in the UK. It's just that Howard watches too much TV and movies, all right? He's got CPS coming round and a raccoon under the bed. He nods and remains seated. She undresses with her back to him. Ooh. As her top comes off, her scars are revealed. Ooh. Her back is covered with welts. Ooh. She slips into the water, ducking her head underneath. Quack. Blood mixes with the water. Now, but it's not her blood. Let's not forget, she's not injured, she's just a murderer. It's much, much nicer. Penny comes back up for air. She lights a cigarette. She answers the question he hasn't asked out of politeness.
Well, the reason that Sally sells seashells on the shore, of course, is...
No, that's not the question I was thinking of. She answers the question he hasn't asked out of politeness, and of course that question is, why are all those scars on your back?
Right, okay.
I was at Mount St. Joseph's orphanage. Although there is a typo, so it actually says I was at Mount St. Jospez. I was at Mount St. Jospez Orphanage.
Not Mount St. Jospez.
Yeah, well, he recognises the name because Archie says, shit. Yeah, shit. Everyone knows what happened at Mount St. Jospez Orphanage.
Of course they do. I mean, who could forget a name like Mount St. Jospez?
She takes a long drag on her cigarette. My friend, when I was there, Samira, this is over 20 years ago, she was beaten to death. There was supposed to be an inquest, but it never happened. The then Attorney General had it shut down. Ask me who that fucking was, Archie. I know who it was. When it all finally came out, 20 fucking years later, Collins claimed ignorance.
Collins. Was he the Attorney General?
I guess so, yeah. He was cleared of all charges. Hundreds of kids passed through there. Years of abuse could have been stopped. So Collins, I mean, he's responsible for the whole B-World situation, right? So he's essentially got a history of mass child abuse.
Yes.
That he's now doing, but he's doing that now as well. Okay. And none of this would be happening. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be a murderer. She's not. Oh no, I was going to say she's not a murderer, but she just murdered someone. I remember that. Yeah. I was like, no, they framed you, Penny. Don't start believing their lies. But no, she literally just murdered someone with a spade.
Yeah.
Yes.
How quickly
sorry,
you
I
forget.
forgot that.
Yeah,
I blocked it out of my mind. Yes. Okay.
It's good if he didn't realise that either, and he's like, "Listen, I'm not dead. You didn't murder me, okay?"
I'm right here.
The guy out in the corridor.
The guy you just dragged in and put a party hat on, who's sitting right there at our party.
Penny,
remember?
you've had a lot to drink. There's nobody there.
I haven't had anything to drink.
This is just a raccoon. You killed a raccoon.
You had no choice, Penny. When have I ever? And the worst of it is, I just can't stop thinking, underneath one of those moons, some perfect version of me is leading a perfect fucking life. Archie is silent. Is that selfish or what? I don't know. So, now you know. Do you want to save me now, Archie? Do you pity me? Hang on, this is a callback, right? She said something about men want to save her or have sex with her.
Right.
All right. So she says, "Do you want to save me?" And Archie says, "No." And I think I suspect he's like, hang on, I remember this. I remember the choice you said out earlier.
Yeah.
No, I do not want to save you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the bedroom. Oh fuck no. Oh god, it is that. Penny says, "She asleep?" Archie says, "Yes." Penny says, "It's a big bath."
Ooh.
Archie says, "Okay."
Way.
Okay, so we just left our heroes, Penny and Archie, and thank goodness, because Penny just invited Archie to join her in the bath. She's like, "It's a big bath, perhaps you'd like to get in with me." And, right, let's not forget, she is in that bath to wash the blood off herself, right?
Yeah.
After she murdered Lacan with a spade.
Yeah.
So what she's really saying is, "Come and get in my bath full of blood with me, Archie. That'll be..." And it said at the start, right, that there's no bubbles and it's not sensual. It's like the bath is just water. She gets in covered in blood, washes it off, lying there in a bath full of blood, like some kind of terrifying movie vampire, goes, "Get in. Get in, Archie. Are you in the mood for some saucy sex time after watching me kill someone? A kid's asleep on the floor over there. There's a corpse just outside the door, because we haven't dealt with that yet.
Yeah.
And I'm lying in a bath of blood. Does that get you going, Archie?" No. I'm going to go with no.
I see what you're saying. What you're saying is I've progressed quite considerably since Ginger Beasting.
Yes. Horrifyingly so.
Yeah.
Yes, you have.
It's just a bath with some blood and it's fine. It's not some people pissing on each other and then not showering afterwards and going back to work. It's good.
Actually, to be fair, it isn't as horrifying
the boy
as Ginger
done
Beasting.
good.
Yeah.
Am I getting a merit? Is this what's happening
You got
here?
one step closer to that merit for
Hooray.
not being horrifying in your sex scenes. Yes. I tell you how you've really progressed is you're not showing us the sex scene, all right? And that, I'm so grateful for that you, like, she invited him into the bath, and then we cut away before we had to watch it. I guess that's how this is better than Ginger Beastie.
To be fair, like, whenever I'm writing a bath scene, the woman's usually in there for a non-sexual thing anyway. Like, either she's just, like, you know, took a load of pills and, like, thrown up carrots at Will, or she's just beaten someone to death with a shovel and got blood all over her.
True. She's in the bath for a non-sexy reason, but while she's in there, she starts going, "Ooh, now I've been lying in this blood for a while. I'm in the mood for some sex. Now I've vommed up all in front of this guy. I wonder if he'll fuck me." Now he's watched me be sick, and look at him all coily with carrot on my face.
That's right. The only difference here is that this guy Archie's like, yeah, all right, whereas Will was very much like, no.
Yeah, it took ages before he said yes.
Yeah. Although to be fair, he had just met her.
Anyway, fortunately, as I said, we are not going to witness that sex scene. We are cutting away, and we're going to go and catch up with what's happening with the villains, who are certain to be less disturbing than our heroes. Right?
Yeah.
So, time to get excited. Ooh. Interior, satellite control. Collins and Moreau are in conflab, but the first person to speak is... Positive ID on the girl, says Spackman. It's been a long time, but he's back.
Spackman. Brilliant.
Positive ID on the girl. Moreau says, show me. The photo of Penny taken by Lacan appears on screen. Collins says, gotcha. Zelda. One of our colony agents took this an hour ago. He was on this side.
What?
One of our colony agents took this an hour ago. He was on this side. Zelda's a pointless character. They should give all her lines to Spackman. Let's write. Can we write out Zelda now and just replace her with Spackman? You don't need two computer geeks. You just want Spackman doing it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Zelda's just been written out.
You see, the reason that Zelda would be there as well is because I'm an equal opportunities employer. So I'm like, you know, women and men are computer experts. But like, I agree with you. Women are rubbish at computers, and we should only let men do it. I agree with you. You're correct.
Howard written female. Moreau's a woman as well, though, right? So in a normal movie situation, there's one woman in any scene, and then a load of men. Okay, so Spackman says one of our colony agents took this an hour ago. He was on this side. What was he doing? Retrieval op. I've tried contacting him, but he's offline. Do we have his last location? Working on it.
Just give me a few minutes to eat this fruit, and then I'll let you know.
I've just got to eat 18 pills, and then a big pill, and then 4 ghosts, and some fruit, and then I'll be with you, okay? Stop doing Pac-Man references and get on with your job, Spackman. All right, so we're with the bad guys at the moment, and Collins, Moreau, and Spackman are looking at a map. The map zooms in. That's impressive. And in. And onto the... I want to join in with the out-of-date map jokes there, because you did one earlier. And now I've done one too. Like, a map zooms in. What are you talking about? Like, every map anyone ever uses zooms in. Come on, catch up, Grandad.
Yeah, but we zoom in on the map, it should say. If the map zooms in, it suggests that the map's got hold of some kind of joystick. And
do you mean like the camera zooms in on the map? I thought it was on the screen, like if you were zooming a map in, you know.
Yeah, that, but I mean...
But if it happened without someone doing it, you could describe it as the map zoomed in, right? If it was someone pressed a button and then it went bzzz, I guess.
Right, yeah. But if a map presses a button and zooms in, right?
It zooms in on like it's watching someone get changed or something in a telephoto lens.
Pervy map zooms in on boobs.
Yeah, map.
I'd probably write that if that was happening.
Well, you say that, but you've said you like being concise.
Seems like it's probably what we're thinking, that we're just zooming in on a map.
Map is actually initials. It's like Mr. Alfred Pennyworth. It's Batman's butler is perving on someone through a telescope. And it's like, Alfred.
Bad Alfred, what are you doing? Where have you got my bad binoculars?
No, I just borrowed them to do some investigating, because you're a detective or something.
My bat binoculars.
my binocubats.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Batnoculus might be better. Not really. It's both really rubbish names. Not everything works. You know? Batarang, pretty good, right? Batcar. I'm pretty pleased with Batcar. Although I have been thinking of Batmobile, right? Maybe that's better. I don't know. But Batnoculus. I just can't.
Baticopter. What do you think about Baticopter, Alfie? Batfred.
Do you think that's a good one? Batfred. Batfred Battyworth. Yeah. I'm not sure about calling me Batfred Battyworth, actually.
But you're my battler. I can call you whatever I want.
Yeah,
isn't it?
He is his battler, yeah. Shit.
I don't know if they knew that. Yeah, definitely on purpose. Right?
Because who has a butler in America? I mean, no one does here, right? But at least it's kind of a thing. But surely no one in the US has a butler. Batman's the only person who's like...
Yeah, so it's that proof that it's definitely a battler. Right?
Yeah.
Although we're not sure what he's adding the word bat to.
What other words are two-syllable that end in L?
Hitler. Where are the shops? Could you get some butter for my toast? You mean butter?
No, definitely not that. I'm not Buttman, am I? I'm not Buttman.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World. If you would like to say Merry Christmas to us and also, at the same time, get loads of Christmas presents for yourself, then why not join our secret gang on Patreon for as little as $2 a month and immediately get access to a ridiculous amount of audio and occasionally video entertainment.
What? Videos? So you can see what we look like?
Yeah, you can see exactly what we look like, it's horrifying.
Yeah, they're going to find out that you lied at the start of this episode when you said I was all handsome and that.
But you are charming and intelligent, so it's like 2 out of 3, as we know from Meatloaf, is not bad, right?
That's right, and you can see that because I am wearing my charming and intelligent T-shirt. Always, I never take it off, it's disgusting.
And of course, you'll also get the happy, warm knowledge that you've made our Christmas a little bit better by giving us your money.
Yeah.
So go to patreon.com/manbycow and just have a look at what you could have for Christmas.
Yep, and keep those brilliant pictures and songs and artworks and drawings, I can't think of other words, of Spackman coming, because the Spackman competition is ongoing and we will be judging that when Christmas rolls around. We've got a bit more free time to look at them all and say that they're all really, really bad. Good.
Yeah, really, really good. I'm afraid the electromagnelephant competition that we didn't set has already been won by the Nibjiki. The Nibjiki win.
The Nibjiki win.
The Nibjiki win. So that's nice, isn't it?
That's very nice.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye, milk.
What did Archie get out of the fridge? He got milk.
He did, and very bravely just drank it to see if it was off or not. Horrifying. That really disturbs me.
I wonder if
that's worse than the child slavery.
I wonder if this gun's loaded, says Archie. One way to find out. Okay, bye-bye, milk.
Bye-bye, milk.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.